Hey guys, it's your girl Jade. Sorry, I'm on a different device, so the quality is kind of iffy. Um, and I have to get used to the camera being over here a little bit more than on my phone. Um, this is a video that I said on my Twitter that I was going to be doing because of my sister. Because a couple months ago, or not a couple months, a couple of weeks ago, it was Idiopathic Hypersomnia Awareness Week. My sister was diagnosed with idiopathic hypersomnia. Not that. Is it this? What is idiopathic hypersomnia? The main system. Why can I not talk today? I swear. The main symptom of IH is excessive deep sleep. Despite adequate or often extraordinary amounts of good quality sleep, example, 11 hours or more per night, people with IH still feel excessively sleepy during the day. Chronic excessive daytime sleepiness, often resulting in long daytime naps. Long and unrefreshing naps. Naps are usually more than 1 hour long and are typically not refreshing. Extreme and prolonged difficulty awakening from sleep, accompanied by confusion, disorientation, irritability, and poor coordination, with an uncontrollable desire to go back to sleep. It can also include automatic behavior, example, turning off alarm clocks or answering your phone. This is known as sleep drunkenness. Cognitive dysfunction, commonly referred to as brain fog, problems with memory, automatic behavior, concentration, and attention. And unlike in other sleep disorders, the sleep in patients with IH is normal. There are no disturbances that can account for their symptoms. Let's see. And one of the main things with it is people with IH are just extremely tired all the time. And one of the questions is that they ask is, why is my tired different from your tired? Most people can feel tired, fatigued, and at times excessively sleepy, particularly when they do. Is it raining? Oh, no. Particularly when they do not get enough sleep. However, what sets people with IH apart is that they experience extreme sleepiness despite getting adequate or typically more than adequate hours of sleep. The sleep may be deep and uninterrupted, but is not refreshing. Let's see. Despite extraordinary amounts of good quality sleep, people with IH are in an almost constant state of sleepiness. Idiopathic hypersomnia is a rare neurological sleep-wake disorder. And the Awareness Week is the 3rd through the 9th of September, or it was. That was the information on a group that my sister is part of on Facebook. Now, where's the stuff I need from her? Okay. It's also poorly understood disorder. They did some research on it. Preliminary findings suggest that idiopathic hypersomnia is characterized by functional alterations in brain areas involved in the modulation of vigilance states, which may contribute to the daytime symptoms of this condition. The distribution of regional cerebral blood flow changes was reminiscent of the patterns associated with normal non-rapid eye movement sleep, suggesting the possible presence of incomplete sleep-wake transitions. These abnormalities were strikingly distant from those induced by... I got a itch on my finger. Strikingly distinct from those induced by acute sleep deprivation, suggesting that the patterns seen might reflect a trait associated with idiopathic hypersomnia rather than a non-specific state of sleepiness. This means that the daytime symptoms experienced by people with IH are thought to be caused by incomplete transitions from NREM, non-rapid eye movement, sleep to wakefulness, which means they don't wake up completely, as opposed to what has been identified in people with narcolepsy, with cataplexy, and those that have insufficient sleep. Now, my sister does know I'm making this video, so that's like the information I've found. And she posts on her Facebook what it means to have, like, what it is to her, like, how IH affects her. And she goes, a post on how IH affects me on a daily basis with speech and words. I'll have what I want to say in my head start coming out of my mouth, and then stop because I've completely blanked on the original thought. I stumble over words quite frequently and have to tell people to give me a moment so that I can string a sentence together. I forget what everyday objects are called, things like chair or shoes. This is frustrating when I'm at work, not as much at home with friends. Yes, some people go through this every once in a while, but this is a daily and sometimes hourly for me. I don't post this for sympathy, I post this for awareness and maybe for some to gain understanding. And she went through quite a long time to even get diagnosed with it. I've noticed that people with IH, generally, their doctors do take a while to even diagnose them with this. Somebody did an anonymous thought. It's like it took years for a GP to take me seriously and refer me to a sleep specialist. I wish someone had told me at the beginning that even with a diagnosis and medication, I would not be fixed. That lifestyle changes are inevitable and necessary, and not to fight so hard to live a normal life. So, yeah. I'm making sure I don't have any more. I thought I took more screenshots and everything about it, and I'm guessing I did not. But that is okay. But I have no, like, whenever I stay with my sister, and I've stayed with her a few times to help her get up in the mornings, get her daughter on the bus and everything. On those, like back when she used to close at night, she would need help, or she would need somebody to stay over, make sure she got up and everything. And she has this obnoxiously loud alarm clock. Like, I think I stayed over there one time, and her and her husband and daughter had gone out of town for a week or so I stayed at the house, and they forgot to turn this fucking alarm clock off. Okay, sorry, somebody else came out. Ow. They wanted me to open up a jar, and I couldn't open it. But she had this very annoying, loud alarm clock that she forgot to turn off. And I swear, when it went off, I was in, like, a dead sleep. And I bolted off the couch, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I swear the neighbors could hear this thing going off. It was that loud. And I could not figure out how to turn the stupid thing off, and it went off at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was pissed. But my sister can have like 7 or 8 alarm clocks going off at the same time and not wake up from it. And when she does wake up, she will sit there and hold a full-blown conversation with you and never remember that she held that conversation. So, yeah. If she can't drive long distances because of the whole getting too tired, she will have to pull over. Like when we go to see my dad in South Carolina, it's a 3-hour drive. She has to pull over halfway and take a little 15-minute nap and continue. So it does affect your life, like, a lot. There are days where she can't get up to do anything because she's just exhausted and wants to sleep all day. So, At one point, I think they've even tested her for narcolepsy with cataplexy, because hers is just so extreme, which she doesn't have, so that's good. She can still drive somewhat. But along with her manic disorder, panic disorder, I don't know, she gets really bad anxiety attacks multiple times a day, and we could be just sitting there laughing and singing and whatever, and she will just snap right into a panic attack for no reason whatsoever. We went to go see my dad at his girlfriend's house, maybe a 25-minute drive from her house, from my sister's house. Going up there was okay. She only had to pull over once and ended up in a panic attack. On the way home, I think she had to pull over like at least 5 different times, and then I had to finish driving the rest of the way home. And every single time we were singing along with the radio, laughing, just talking, and just panic attack full blown. And if you've ever had a panic attack, you know that it drains you, like, after every single one. Yeah. Ow, that hurts. Now, I don't know that much about IH because I don't have it. I'm at the opposite end of the spectrum. I have insomnia. So, yeah, fun times. Which makes for a really great time when she's extremely tired and she actually has not slept as much as she normally would, and then I haven't slept for a few days, and then we have to go somewhere. Because neither one of us has really slept what we should have slept, and we're both extremely tired trying to drive. So, yeah. So, yay. But for as much as I know, I'm glad I do know it, and I do understand a little bit what she's going through. Or, I don't really understand. Well, I understand the tired aspect, because I do get tired whenever my insomnia hits really bad. But being tired every single day like she is, I don't know how she manages it, or even if she really does manage it, but she does, and she's had to change her life drastically for it. She had to quit a job. Granted, it was like a very stressful job, but she was making good money doing it. She had to actually go from full-time to part-time, take a pay cut to do that, just to try and figure out what was going on with her. And then she actually had to fully quit that job and go to another job that was less stressful, and that had her working a shorter amount of time and fewer days a week. And I think right now she is down to where she works 1 day a week. And that's it. Maybe 1 or 2. Because it's just gotten so bad. The medication that she's on, it's supposed to help her stay awake. It does not. I think it helps her stay awake for like a couple hours, and then she wants to go back to sleep. So, yeah. Sorry. I'm getting eaten alive out here. So, sorry if I have not explained everything right, or if this went everywhere, but it is what it is. I did say I would make the video, and I did. My thoughts were not organized from the beginning, have not been organized. Because like I said, I thought I had done more screenshots of her posts and everything. Yeah. But with the excessive sleepiness, holding full conversations. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. I think that was something else I was going to say. To get diagnosed with this, she did, I want to say, 3 or 4 sleep studies. And I know she did the at-home sleep studies first because insurance, that they wouldn't cover the sleep study in the place, that she had to do a home sleep study. Could never find out anything because I think she kept ripping the stuff off in her sleep or something. I don't know. But the home sleep studies showed nothing, and then they finally approved her to go in and stay overnight and do a sleep study at the facility, wherever she went. I don't even know. All I know is I think her husband took her and picked her up. So, yeah. And then that they finally diagnosed her with idiopathic hypersomnia. No known reason why it happens. Not much known about it. So, yay. Fun times. Anyway, this video has gone on long enough with me rambling about something I know absolutely nothing about. All I can tell you is what I experienced from my sister and watching her and everything. But I do know that when she was younger, it was always hard to wake her up anyway. We had one of those old alarm clocks that have little bells on the top and the little thing that goes like this. And it's getting darker out here, so you can't really see me. But yeah. And it was a really loud alarm clock, and she still wouldn't wake up to that. So, yeah. So, anyway, guys. Bye. Love you. Deuces.